Friends, hello, what is up? How are you doing? It is a good day. It is a good day if you are in particular stock. Obviously, DJT. This deserves a Trump dance. Let's do a Trump dance. There you go. I know you guys get mad when I don't do it. There's the Trump dance. So with that, let's talk about DJT. I'm going to talk a little bit about SoFi, but DJT, more than not, this is the conversation of the day. This is what's coming here. This is why I've been yapping my mouth about it, trying to warn people like, hey, you can't stop what's coming here with what's about to happen with this stock. You're either in or out. You either get it or you don't get it. Can't really paint the picture more clear than what is happening right in front of you right now. So we'll talk about it again. Here's what's happening. Here's how I'm going to play it more than not. And obviously everybody should have their own game plan at this point, what they're going to do. But, you know, let's just kind of go right into it here with DJT. Friends, hope you're having a wonderful day. It is Monday. We are back in the market. And this is the last week with Mr. Biden and his stock market. This is the last week. So it's been a while to 4 years. It's been something here. But let's go right into this. So here's our calendar right here. The calendar, today I expected the market to be black. Tomorrow I expect the market to be black. The 15th, 16th, 17th, I think we might see the market pick up a little bit. Obviously, there's some stuff coming out with the Feds this week. We're not expecting it to be awful. But, obviously they have tricked us plenty here in the past. So let's just kind of hope it somewhat stays, it stays light here. But I don't think it's going to matter too much for what's coming here, obviously when Trump takes the office here. So let's go into that. End of the week here, this week, I think we'll see pickup in the market. Okay, next week, obviously, market's going to be going freaking berserk. With that conversation, DJT here, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I expected this stock to start to pick up the pace towards the end of the week. Well, today, it picked up a whole lot of pace. And, it picked up a lot of pace here. It shot up to this almost $43. It actually, after hours here, it's trickling over. It's trying to get to $43. Now, obviously, I don't expect the stock. It could, we'll see, but I think, and then this is what I wanted, so I'm really trying to bullet point this out to get my thoughts out with what we're seeing here and what we are probably agreeing with here. Main thing is the stock is moving faster already than I thought. Okay, I thought it was going to be a little bit later in the week before we saw it move up. Today, the stock jumped up because Trump was talking about stuff, releasing it on True Social, and just, then it just kept going and going. Then once it got going, it didn't stop even after hours here. So it's a good sign that we could keep this $40 range going into next week. And that's what we want. That's what we need. We need this slow, steady push right now because when we do see this bigger aggression come in, this bigger volume come in here towards the end of the week, which I still believe is coming regardless, Thursday, Friday should be pretty good here with the stock. They're probably going to halt it. So be prepared for halting, okay? Now with that, this is why I've been talking about it's probably the time where you need to buy the stock when it was at $30, $35, $37. You're in some profit range right now, depending on how much capital you put in the stock. I do believe more than not, the question is, where are they going to halt it? How aggressive is the stock going to get? If we could see a steady climb up more Tuesday, Wednesday, to where we get into a $45, $50 range, that is something very special. That is really going to show that, okay, we're dealing with something more than what we thought is coming here. So it's hard to say if it's going to find resistance tomorrow. And I want to say no because I believe this is probably go time with it more than not. Especially by time we get to Wednesday, Thursday, I think that's where the gas is really going to be pushed down on this DJT here. The question is, what is going to be the top here? When Trump took the election, he won it by a landslide here. The stock before the actual results came out, it actually had the highest running point before the election. days before the election on the 29th when it ran to 51. It actually, like, pre-market, it ran to like $60 for a moment, and then it sold off before market opened up. So, but also too, in that time frame, there was a lot of halting. I mean, the stock was just like halt. I mean, I think there was like 7 in one day that a lot of us counted. Some of you were counting more than I even captured with counting, because we kept getting notifications. It's halted. Then 30 minutes, it's halted. 30 minutes later, halted. Hour later, halted. Every time it picked up steam, it just was halted. So this is why I've been so sounding like a broken record with this lately, where, I keep saying, like, if we can just have a slow, steady push with DJT here, if you get in at the right moment, by time, we get to inauguration week or pre that, which is this week, which is, I'm looking at the end of the week here. If we can get this stock pushed to like a $45 to $55 range, that would be phenomenal, because more than likely the biggest number I would suspect will come on the 21st when the market opens back up. Trump is king of the castle. And, the king is crowned, essentially, with what we're saying here. With that, I think it's either going to be Friday or it's either going to be Friday or next Tuesday, when Trump's president, that this stock will have its biggest running. That's what I would suspect. Okay. Now, obviously, I'm going to be totally honest with you right now. Where I sit with this stock. Okay. If this stock before next week, let's say Thursday, Friday of this week, it touches maybe somewhere around $55 to $60 or anything above that, let's just go for the ceiling here, past it, I'll sell out. I will be totally honest with you, because I will be happy with where I'm at. I will be happy with the profit. And I'm looking to take that money and put it somewhere else right now. Okay. That's that. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with stepping out. I've had my fun with the stock all year. Last year, before I've been chasing the stock since before it even came to market, when it was Digital World Acquisition. Okay. So I'm good with that play. It's the last big play. I'm okay. Even if the stock goes to some ridiculous number, let's just say it goes like $70. I'm not, who knows? Well, let's see how much volume can be pushed here. But with that, find a place that you are comfortable taking with this stock. And I say that as a warning, because I know they're going to halt it. It's going to, by Friday, and then that next Tuesday when Trump is president, the whole market's going to be going crazy next week. Okay. So this stock will be going crazy at all. It will be going crazy with everything. I suspect more than not, that's when the stock will really get halted, when it will be trying to hit new top numbers that we haven't seen in a minute, and it will be getting halted quite aggressively. So, but in that, you won't be able to buy it, you won't be able to sell it, it'll just be froze. Okay, they will freeze the stock. So that's why I say, if you're in a position where you're like, I'm happy with this price target, if you bought in at 38 and you sell at, it goes to like $45, $50, and you sell out, be happy. It's okay. It's better to have profit at the end of it than be stuck in a high position because you bought back in or you held and you're just like bag holding for a long time. Okay. And profit's profit. Take the money. It's okay. Because I will tell you right now, do not be naive to think that this thing is going to keep running all year. It will sell off. It will sell off 100%. I kind of have a little bit of a theory building in my mind right now. I don't know if I should say this, but this may not happen. Stick with me here. I got to be kind of careful how I say this, because this is like kind of like conspiracy, if you catch what I'm saying here. I am somewhat, I'm worrisome. I'm worried about this TikTok ban. I'm worried that it could make an economical impact on our stock market, on the car market, housing market, groceries, people not having money, to where later in the year, around the summer maybe, people are broke. A lot of people that had extra money are broke. Businesses that were here now are not there anymore. And it starts to show. And with the market that's already showing bad, not great job reports, and there'll be a revision. Don't get that wrong. It's coming. Inflation going back up. Consumer report, which is coming out this week, and still not great. All those things will be in a melting pot and just explode if we see bad reports here. So I somewhat am a little suspicious that they are making up this. I think the whole TikTok thing is ridiculous, what they're saying. I somewhat think they are doing this so they can blame a recession, a crash on Trump, because they know that this will be a death grip on the economy. They know it will be bad. That's how sick they are. Take what you want from that. It sounds crazy, but that I really do think that's somewhat is happening. So why is that important? That's not me trying to make a political statement. That's me saying that would be devastation for the market. It would be just bad. Now, obviously, for you as an investor, that's why it's important to have capital on hand when those moments do arise. So is that going to happen? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But like I said, DJT here, do not be naive that this stock within 4 weeks from now could be back to $20 to $15. Okay. Now, personally talking, like after these next 2 weeks, where do I think the stock will probably go? I think the stock will probably have a good year just off hype, just off Trump saying things, just off Trump. Okay, I believe this stock will more than likely do what it did a lot in 2024. It will fluctuate at dramatic scales, where 1 week it will be $12 and the next month it will be $40. And it's just going to be an up and down, roller coaster ride here this whole year, because it's going to do well when Trump says good things. It's going to do bad when people get bored of it and they forget about it. And then when Trump talks about it, or like what just happened, he says, I'm going to do this with Trump media, release this, that, and it gets attention. Okay. So it's a wild situation that this is presented to investors right now, where we are allowed to buy into a company who the face of it is Trump, the president, former and new president of the United States. So it's wild. That is my playbook with what I'm looking at here. So this week, more than likely, I will probably sell out if we see some nice numbers start to build up here. If this stock ever had a chance to hit some pretty big numbers, this is the week. If not early into next week, and that would be my safe bet on it. After next week, it's hard to say. It's hard to say where we're going to go. More than likely, like I said, we're going to see sell-off. And that's okay. I'm welcoming the sell-off. You know why? Because I'll buy right back in when it falls apart and everyone forgets about it. So talking about SoFi, I've seen a lot of people talk about SoFi, and I want to try to help people stay focused right now. So stay focused right now with SoFi. Listen, you do what you want to do, but here's what I am doing with SoFi, okay? SoFi is going to be having their earnings to wrap up 2024 here soon. And we suspect that it should be just as good, if not better, than the last ones, which were the biggest they had ever seen. Okay. Now, with that conversation, SoFi is struggling to keep this $14 position right now. Now, obviously, why is that? Obviously that's not what people want right now, but why is that happening? That's happening because the Fed will not shut up, and they keep saying bad things about what they suspect to come. Here's the dangerous part for people that are taking the bait right now with what the Feds are saying, okay? The market's going to be doing very well probably towards the end of this week, especially next week. Just said that. Okay, SoFi is having their earnings come out here. They should be very well. This could, if they are anything if not bigger, which they could be, than their last earnings, this could catapult and solidify SoFi going into a $16 to $18 position, and sealing that and holding that position into the next earning later in this year. Okay, if we're in this pattern right now of heavy growth with SoFi, which a lot of us do believe that, we could be seeing SoFi within this pattern zone right now, where each quarterly it's growing $4 to $5, holding it, but in that range too, it's in this in-between time of each earnings, especially right after, where it's doing big growth in the short, and then the long, getting closer to the next earnings, it starts to trail back down and it find its real level. So SoFi right now, it looks like $13 to $14 is the average range of it where it's comfortable holding, which is amazing, okay? Because just 4 or 5 months ago, SoFi was struggling to hold $8. Over the summer, SoFi was struggling to hold $6, okay? And that was before we knew more about rate cuts and what was going on. Now, obviously, SoFi jumped a lot towards the end of 2024 because we thought we were getting more rate cuts. The feds they were saying a lot of different things. And SoFi had great earnings. SoFi had the deals come out about what they were doing. Trump was, won, and the market was going crazy, and SoFi was just taking it all, eating it all up, and it was fantastic. For me, I am going to keep buying SoFi, and for what I'm going to do with that DJT money, I am probably going to take the majority of that money, and I'm going to put it into SoFi, especially at this $13 to $14 range. Okay, because I'm highly suspicious that this stock is going to have an amazing year. Okay, I think it is going to have a phenomenal year. I think this is going to be a $20, $30 stock this year. No doubt in my mind. And by this time next year, 2026, who knows where it could be. Okay, so do not look at this as like, SoFi is boring, SoFi is selling off. This is pure opportunity. These are moments right now that will change your life. If you're able to buy 1 share, 5 shares, 100 shares, take a position somewhere and solidify your fate right now with these low prices, because they will change your, even smallest portions will do something later in the future. I guarantee you, okay? Think about 5-10 years from now where SoFi is going to be. SoFi could be one of the top 5 banks in the world within 5 to 10 years, okay? If they really start to push more aggressively like they are with consumers, business. I mean, their growth is unreal right now. So friends, be happy, be excited about what's coming. We're about to have a banging week. Next week, the week after that, I think it's going to be a great year. My whole philosophy, conspiracy thing on TikTok, take what you want from that. Obviously, I'm just yapping my mouth about it, but listen, if they do take away TikTok, it is not good. I will say right now here in January, it will bring consequence in the market later in the year. I guarantee you it will start with consumer spending, to the car market, to the housing market, to just the market overall starts to see the bleed, and it will lead to something terrible. But I do think either way, I know Trump knows that, and this is not me like trying to fanboy over Trump, okay? But what I am saying, he knows that. And I think he will somehow bring back TikTok, okay? Because it has become a pillar in our society economically. It's not just an app where people go on there to be entertained. There are millions of people on there running businesses, making money, doing their thing, and making a lot of tax money for the government, okay? Do not be naive to that. Friends, take care of yourself. I wish you all the best of luck. This is the week. Especially going into next week. But this week, more than not, this is what we're going to see what's coming here. Friends, take care. Bye-bye.